What's going on YouTube? Uberman here. It is about 6 o'clock in the morning on January 10th, 2015. The new price cuts rates just went into effect this afternoon, yesterday afternoon. This is my first night driving with the new rates, which in Oklahoma City are 80 cents per mile, and I don't know what it is per minute, like 14 cents a minute. I'm trying to stay positive, but I have never had a night like this in the 15 months that I have been with Uber. Something else happened. I don't know what it is just yet, but it appears that there was some kind of a massive influx of drivers over the last 24 hours. I have never seen in any city or state that I've worked, I have never seen this many drivers on the road. Never. I got a real eye-opener tonight. This isn't, I'm not downing Uber. I mean, this is great for them, and I was pretty impressed with it. I mean, obviously I'm pretty pissed off about not making any money tonight. When I say not making any money, guys, I worked from 1:45 in the morning until just now. It's 5:45. I worked 4 hours. I made here, I'll show you. Got it pulled up for a reason. Alright. There's trip 1. Trip 2, trip 3, and then as you go back, canceled, 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 canceled. I had a lot of cancellations. A couple of them I canceled because it's like 20 minutes away, and I was like, "That's by the time I get there, they're going to cancel anyway." So, but 3 rides tonight, guys. I wish this stupid focus would. That's it. 3 rides. Basically $24 before Uber's cut all night, and to top that off, I got $12 in tips. So, I mean, I made about half in tips as I made actually doing Uber. There's something else I want to show you on here. Obviously, I'm used to making at least 120 to 130 on a Friday night. So things have changed, and that 80 cents a mile in comparison to $1.45 a mile, that man. Can pull up a Expensify real quick. This is what I use to track my distance. I also have a notebook. I keep track of my mileage on my notebook as well. But if you look, Expensify works out great. It's that's so far this year what the IRS will be giving me in deductions. And if you look tonight, there you go, January, there you go, today. You know, I'm getting $50 in deductions from the IRS, 89 miles I drove tonight. And I took 3 customers for $25 before Uber's cut, and $12 in tips. You know, just wow. I mean, I'm a type of person that loves to face problems head on. I'm pretty good at strategizing, and you know, when a problem finds me, I find a solution, if there is one. And there may not be a solution to this. I think there is, though, and I'm going to give it a shot tomorrow. But I'm hoping that this thing will focus long enough for you guys to see this. I want you to see what's going on. Sorry, everything's backwards here. Alright, this is my area. Alright, as you can see, there's 3 cars here. There's never been cars in my area, guys. There's never been cars in this area. Why are there cars here now? This just happened in the last 24 hours when the rates changed. I want you to watch something else. Let's just move it just a hair, not too much. Oh look, more cars in my area. I live in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing out here. There's no reason for there to be Uber drivers out here. Let's move it over a little bit more. I mean, I'm not moving it much. Look at that, more cars. Guys, it's 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. I know this isn't focusing. I apologize. Let's move it just a hair more. Okay, it didn't change. See? This is the middle of nowhere, guys. There's nothing over here. 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. Now, something else that I find odd. Hey guys, listen, I keep track, I follow this app a lot, and there are never any cars out here. And there are tons of cars, and you should have seen it last night. Come on. Okay, let me, this right here, this area right here, it's flipping, but this is like Hood. I don't even know. Give me just a second, guys. Let me pull it up and see what's going on in downtown Oklahoma City. Alright, at this time of the morning, when I'm usually out, typically I'm the only driver. I mean, honestly, I'm usually the only driver out there. And if you just move it around a little bit, you'll see there are a lot more drivers than what you can see. And I'm aware of that. They only show you 6 drivers at a time. But you can scroll around, you can figure out where the drivers are. Guys, there are drivers everywhere. Look at that. This is no joke. I've never seen this before. You see how it just repopulates? I mean, there... Trying to get it to a... There's our rates. Current rates. Dollar base fare, $4 minimum, 80 cents a mile, 16 cents per minute. I don't really understand why there's so many cars on the road. I've been doing this a long time, and I've been using the Rider application to figure out where to go and where the drivers are so that I know where to stay away from. And I've never seen this many people out, never. And like I said, it's not even 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning. You should have seen it last night. It didn't matter where you moved your finger on that map. It would repopulate with cars everywhere. I mean, cars were everywhere. So on one hand, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed that there are this many drivers, that Uber has become this big. I had no idea Uber was this big. On the other hand, there are so many drivers and the rates are so low. I mean, just... I'm going to be honest with you. If you live in one of these areas, I mean, I'm guessing they change the rates everywhere, but if you live in one of these areas that is not offering an hourly wage, you should probably find something else. You should probably pack it up, because I don't see how you make any money. Now, like I said, this is new. This just happened to me today. So I have to figure out a way around this, but I think I may have figured something out, and I think it's Uber's intention for drivers to do this. We've always been free to make our own hours, work whenever we want to work. Well, Uber is really putting the pressure on us now to work when they want us to work. $12 an hour off peak, $22 an hour on peak. Peak is considered Friday and Saturday from 5 p.m. to 3 a.m. That's 10 hours. They want you out there 10 hours on Friday, 10 hours on Saturday. And if you do that, and as long as you take an average of 10 runs per day, 10 runs on Friday, 10 runs on Saturday, very doable, very doable. From 5 to 3 in the morning, they will pay you $220 per day. $440 for the weekend, you know, if you basically do what they tell you to do. Now, that does not include their commission, because they still take their commission off of that. After their commission, it comes out to like $9 and, or no, I'm sorry. just scratch that. That was off of the $12 an hour. At $22 an hour, you're talking $220 for that 10-hour shift, minus 20%, 220, 22, 44. You're talking around $186 for Friday night, $186 for Saturday night. You know, somewhere around $380, guys, for the weekend. It's not bad. You can do it. But I see what they're doing. They're trying to push people to be out when they want you out. Instead of working your own hours, they want you working when they want you working. And I want to make a correction to the previous video where I was confused about the one passenger per hour. You had to take one trip per hour. That is not true. I sent an email to Uber and I got a response back. It's one passenger per hour average in every 24-hour period. So if you take 12 people all day on Friday, but let's say you worked from, I'm trying to think of a better way to explain this. I'll make it simple. If you work from 5 at night until 3 in the morning like they want you to, and you take, say, 10 people between 12 and 3, but you had no passengers from midnight before all the way till 5 p.m. No passengers from 5 p.m. to midnight, but from midnight to 3, you took 10 people. That is considered one passenger per hour. It's an average throughout a 24-hour period. So they take an average. As long as you have that average, they pay you the $12 an hour off peak, $22 an hour on peak in my area. From what I'm hearing, some areas don't have a minimum at all. They don't have a minimum guaranteed pay. And if you're in one of those areas, you know, I guess go out, give it a shot, try to make some money, but I don't see how you're going to make it. What I'm going to end up doing for now is working the peak hours, obviously, and seeing if I can come up with the average amount of rides and just try to make the $22 an hour. There's really nothing else I can do. Anyway, I got to go to bed. I'm going to work the peak hours tonight, and I'll make a new video and let you guys know how it worked out tonight. But I had no runs in Oklahoma City at all. I drove almost 100 miles, and I had to drive all the way down to Norman just to get the 3 runs that I got. As always, guys, let me know what's going on in your area. How did you do tonight, your first night with these new rate changes? Drive safe. Uber on.